Now, this one is a big India Today impact. Day after an India Today investigation exposed illegal mining in Meghalaya, the Supreme Court has banned all transport of coal by mining companies in the state till the 19th of February. The Supreme Court specifically referred to the exclusive India Today report while reading out its directive. The Supreme Court directive comes in the backdrop of 15 miners who still remain untraceable. It's been a month after they went missing in the East Jaintia Hills of Meghalaya. Once again, while referring to the India Today report, the Supreme Court said that the findings showed a declaration of coal by miners that exceeds the mining limit, and it has been going on with the connivance of government officials. In fact, the Supreme Court also asked the government now to file an affidavit if it was carrying out the inspections to check illegal mining across the state. Anisha joins us for more on this. Anisha, so a very important note there being made by the Supreme Court on India Today's exclusive investigation. But tell us a little bit more about the information that they now seek from the Meghalaya government on this rampant illegal mining that has been exposed by India Today.
Well, Avantika, the fact is that the NGT had banned rat hole mining in Meghalaya back in 2014, and following the reports in the last few weeks regarding those those 15 miners who were trapped in the mines and the exclusive report of India Today yesterday, the court has said that reports are clearly showing that there is the ban on rat hole mining in Meghalaya is not being implemented. They have specifically asked the state government to give an affidavit exactly where are they conducting these the inspections that they claim that they have been conducting, where exactly are they conducting the seizures that the Meghalaya government is claiming that we have been doing, because the Meghalaya government is telling the court that we have filed several hundred FIRs, we've seized truckloads of coal being transported illegally by private mining companies. The court now wants details of exactly where these were done, because as the court is observing, the news reports and especially yesterday's report by India Today is clearly showing that despite the 2014 ban by the courts, this illegal mining still continues in Meghalaya. In fact, the court has also taken a note of a report that was filed by a citizens committee, which is clearly showing that there was connivance between local officials as well as the illegal mining mafia in the state of Meghalaya. And now there is a complete ban on transport of coal by private companies in the state.
All right. So the Supreme Court taking cognizance of that India Today exclusive note investigation. Thanks so much for joining us, Anisha. This after India Today did the investigation on just how mining is still very much a reality. It happens quite freely without any checks in the state of Meghalaya. For this exclusive report, our undercover reporters even went deep inside Meghalaya's infamous rat hole mines. Take a look at this exclusive report.
A treacherous descent. India Today's investigative team explores the lethal world of Meghalaya's rat hole mines. This as emergency crews searched without luck for survivors in a similar pit after it was flooded in the East Jaintia Hills coalfields on December 13th. We slither into a tunnel dug out of a mountain, a rat hole mine, named because of its narrow openings. The man seen on your screen is a young worker. We have decided not to identify him to keep him safe from the local coal mafia. But we show you how dangerous it is to be a miner in Meghalaya. Workers like him claw through 3-foot-high shafts like this every day, risking injury or even death for a living. No safety gear, not even a helmet. Coated in layers of coal dust. The miner explains, his voice muffled by the earth.
ये कितना अंदर तक ले जाते हो?
ये अभी 150-100 ऐसे ही क्या मतलब फिट अंदर में।
नहीं तो अभी काम करोगे जाके तो कितना अंदर काम मिलेगा तुमको?
अभी अभी हमें 150 जैसा।
150 के बाद काम मिलेगा? नहीं तो काम करते हुए भी जो चाहिए ना, कोयला है। बाकी कोयला नहीं है।
यहाँ से खा के गया है ना अंदर में, इसीलिए।
कितना टाइम लगता है पहुँचने में?
कितना टाइम लगेगा? 10 मिनट।
10 minutes seem much longer than that. It's biting cold outside, but hot and humid inside. That's how poverty-stricken miners like this young man dig the coal fields of Meghalaya. Remember, the NGT banned the state's rat hole mines in 2014. But an estimated 5,000 still go on illegally here. Their safety record is dismal. More than 70 accidents and around 90 lives lost in the past 5 years. Little chance anybody would come out alive from the pit that trapped at least 15 miners in mid-December. Our daring investigation has exposed the horrors of illicit practice. Chipping the coal with the pickaxe. Hauling the gravel in a pushcart. Once it's filled, the wagon is dragged out. Bad timing could just be fatal. The fragile rocks are supported by logs. A slight shake and everything could cave in. It's pitch dark outside. The miner recounted how poverty drove him to the rat hole pits when he was 7.
क्या गए थे यहाँ पे मम्मी लोगों के साथ में आया था जब मैं छोटा था। उस टाइम में जब मैं 7 साल का था, उस टाइम में आया था यहाँ में। फिर क्या हुआ, यहाँ में आके जब मेरा हम लोग गांव में गए थे, बस्ती में क्या हुआ कि वहाँ में पापा गुजर गए। अच्छा। तो फिर मेरी मम्मी को ठीक नहीं लगा वो जगह बैठने के लिए, फिर यहाँ में आ गए। फिर आधा जिंदगी यहीं में कट गया। ये आधी जिंदगी को डर नहीं लगता? आधी जिंदगी तुम्हारी थोड़ी क्या है? अभी का जो लड़का लोग होता है ना, वो लोग 50 भी क्रॉस होगा या नहीं होगा, उन लोगों का पता नहीं। क्या? क्योंकि अभी का जो पॉल्यूशन है ना, बहुत ही डेंजरस चीज़ है। इसीलिए हम लोग जो काम करता है तो वो हार्ड वर्क, वो तो और भी डेंजर है। मतलब ऐसे करके जो हमें जितना निकला है उतना मिलता है। कैसे? मतलब एक बॉक्स का अभी हमें 2200 रुपया है। 2200 में से एक बॉक्स निकाला तो 2200 रुपया मिलता है। यहाँ पे अभी एक बॉक्स 2 आदमी मेरा भाई है। तो तुम्हें कितना टाइम हो गया ये करते हुए? ये करते हुए मेरा अभी 14 से 15 साल हो गया। मतलब अभी 15 साल में स्टार्टिंग हो गया। तुम्हारी उम्र क्या है? मेरा 23। अगर आप दूसरा लगा दीजिए, लंबे करेगा वापस गुलाबारी में।
A cocktail of crushing poverty, crime syndicates and hazardous mining. Stay tuned for more on Meghalaya's death traps. A special report of Muhammad Hizbullah and Nitin Jain for India Today's Special Investigation Team.
Well, that was our exclusive report that has been taken up by the Supreme Court. Meanwhile, the Bombay High Court has come down rather heavily on all of the parties' indecisiveness for not ending the best strike. In fact, members of the panel appointed by the Bombay High Court will be meeting today. They will be submitting the report to the court. Best strike enters its 8th day as workers are demanding that the Chief Minister intervene and end the ongoing impasse. For the 8th of January, BEST workers have been on an indefinite strike. They're demanding increase in wages of employees who joined BEST after 2007. The demands also include a merger of BEST budget with the civic budget. Nearly 32,000 staffers from the transport wing of BEST are on strike, due to which 3,337 buses, including 120 double-decker buses, are presently off the roads. Meanwhile, in a shocking news coming in from Kerala, the woman activist Kanaka Durga, who was among the first 2 women to have entered Sabarimala, has allegedly been attacked by her mother-in-law. In fact, Kanaka Durga was attacked by her mother-in-law early this morning itself. She was hit on the head and has been hospitalized. According to the sources close to the family, there was an altercation between her and her mother-in-law that led to the incident. Kanaka Durga has been shifted to a hospital. She is said to be in a stable condition. And what a sight it has been since 4 a.m., since the early morning hours, with lakhs of devotees thronging the ghats at the Kumbh Mela amid tight security. The 49-day-long Kumbh Mela that commenced with the Shahi Snan. In fact, the Shahi Snan took place of the Akhadas at Prayagraj in Uttar Pradesh. The Kumbh Mela is one of the largest congregations in the world. It's going to be seeing a participation of around 12 crore pilgrims. Sadhus of 13 Akhadas who have traditionally participated in the Kumbh Mela were the first to take the holy bath, which is popularly known as the Shahi Snan. In fact, flowers were showered from helicopters on the devotees who were taking the Shahi Snan and who are attending the Kumbh Mela. That was quite a pleasant surprise for all of the devotees who have gathered in huge numbers. Union Minister Smriti Irani was one of the first VIP pilgrims who was at the Kumbh. She in fact participated in the Kumbh Mela. She took the holy dip, as you're seeing on your screens right now. In fact, the Yogi government is going all out to ensure that the Mahakumbh is a grand success. The government has already spent 4,200 crores to ensure the smooth passage of the Kumbh Mela. Massive security is in place to deal with any emergency situation. Makeshift bus stations have been built at all of the entry points of Prayagraj town. And 25,000 sanitation staff has also been deployed through the course of 49 days for maintaining cleanliness across the town.
एक मंत्री आज इस दिव्यता में महंत की भूमिका, संत की भूमिका।
देखिए, आज मंत्री नहीं संत जा रहे हैं और मुझे जो गुरुओं ने प्रसाद दिया है, मैं कह सकती हूँ कि विश्व का ये नंबर 1 मेला, जिसमें इतने लोग आने के बाद भी इतनी अनुशासन व्यवस्था में मेला होता है। इसे भव्य कुंभ और दिव्य कुंभ जो माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी ने नारा दिया था, आज वो नजारा दिखाई पड़ रहा है।
तैयारियों से खुश है जो कुछ दिख रहा है?
देखिए, मैं बहुत सारे सन 82 से कुंभ कर रही हूँ, लेकिन इस बार का कुंभ जो है वो अलग नजारा दिखाई पड़ रहा है। जहाँ पूरे विश्व से लोग आ रहे हैं, वहाँ पूरे हिंदुस्तान के लोग आ रहे हैं।
कहते हैं ऐसे में जब अखाड़े निकलते हैं तो धर्म की रक्षा का संदेश देते हैं।
ये अखाड़ों की परंपरा बहुत प्राचीन है, आदिगुरु आचार्य शंकराचार्य जी के समय की, और ये तीर्थराज प्रयाग, मुझे लग रहा है कि सारे राजाओं का राजा आपको दिखाई पड़ रहा होगा कि एक
अखाड़ों के ठाट बाट भी बहुत होते हैं।
देखिए, अखाड़ों के ठाट बाट, ये भी एक संदेशा है कि ये जो आपको आगे नागा सन्यासी दिखाई पड़ रहे होंगे, ये सिर्फ यात्रा की शोभा नहीं है, देश के लिए जरूरत पड़ेगी तो सारे आगे आते हैं।
सनातन संस्कृति में संतों को राष्ट्र के लिए आगे आने की एक पुरानी परंपरा है, क्या वही संदेश आज यहाँ?
संत परंपरा है जो सनातन संस्कृति को जीवित रखे हुए हैं।
हमारी ये पहला बार है कुंभ में, लेकिन हम बड़ा ग्रुप से आए हैं।
कहाँ से?
हम बड़ा ग्रुप के साथ आए हैं और हमारे गुरुजी भी यहाँ हैं।
आपके गुरुजी कौन है और आप महानिर्वाणी अखाड़े से हैं?
गुरु मैराम वो गौर साधना करती है, हम यहाँ योग साधना करते हैं।
It's wonderful, it's great. I'm full of bruises, but it was worth it. I didn't want to miss it. You're a wonderful country and beautiful people.
It was amazing. It was something very deep, very deep.
All right, thank you.
Yeah.
The Nataka in Karnataka, ahead of the upcoming national polls, horse trading drama has once again erupted in the state of Karnataka. The ruling Congress-JDS alliance are engaged in a poaching war with the BJP. A day after Water Resources Minister D.K. Shivakumar alleged that the revived its Operation Kamala and is trying to poach Congress MLAs to destabilize the H.D. Kumaraswamy government. Congress, it seems, is in damage control mode. India Today has accessed visuals of Congress MLA from inside a hotel in Mumbai. In fact, just a short while ago, a car with the BJP flag had also entered the hotel. It all began with 3 Congress MLAs who went missing. However, D.K. Shivakumar claims that they are camping with the BJP in Mumbai. Congress also claims that 4 to 5 BJP MLAs are willing to jump ship. In a counterclaim, BJP says that 10 Congress and 3 JDS MLAs are in constant touch with them. However, the Chief Minister H.D. Kumaraswamy has refuted all the news of defection, saying that there is no threat to his government. He claims that there that his ministers are all together, his MLAs are together, the flock is together, and he claims that he's in constant touch with the 3 Congress MLAs who are reportedly missing.
There is nothing, just BJP is trying to create some hype in the country on this Mahagathbandhan. They are trying to do something.
Yediyurappa counter attack that says that Congress and JDS, they are itself doing this poaching.
No, it will backfire them. Backfire them.
Sir,
let them be honest to their heart first. It is Congress party. How can they go, I say? How can they face the election? They have to win the election. Anti-defection law is there. There is a big number. It is not, you can't do any dirty politics at this point of time. Elections, local body elections are coming up and parliament elections are coming up. We are answerable to the conscience of people. This can't, this is not a child game.
It's not the first time that they are trying to rope in our MLAs. So they're trying hard to form a government through the back door unconstitutionally. They're offering huge sums of money to our legislators. So quite naturally, there will be certain pandemonium and chaos. But I'm 100% sure that they don't have the numbers. If they are going to destabilize unconstitutionally, we are going to try to stabilize the government constitutionally.
JDS and Congress, if they cannot run a stable coalition, they must quit. They have no right to continue in office if they are themselves trying to poach each other, attack each other, and complaining against each other. If they cannot run a stable government, I think they must pack up. It's high time they stopped in fighting or they started delivering, because it's been a long time that Karnataka had been literally without a government, because this government and this chief minister are trying to protect their chair and nothing else.
Meanwhile, the BJP also is taking no chances. They shifted 102 MLAs to a hotel in Gurugram, alleging that the JDS Congress is attempting to approach their lawmakers, their MLAs. Ironically, the Congress had first accused the BJP of trying to poach its MLAs. The Saffron Party held its first meeting of the MLAs in Delhi, and they later transported all of them to a hotel in Gurugram. In fact, the move came amidst a claim by the Karnataka Home Minister M.B. Patil that a few BJP lawmakers are very keen to join the JDS Congress combine. BJP claims that all of its 102 legislators are together and they in fact are strategizing for the upcoming Lok Sabha elections.
लोकसभा चुनाव आ रहा है, इसलिए चुनाव का पहले एक मीटिंग कंडक्ट कर और वो इंचार्ज देता है असेंबली कॉन्स्टिट्यूंसी वाइज, इसलिए एक मीटिंग करने के लिए हम इधर आए हैं।
हमारे बीजेपी के 104 विधायक हैं, हम सभी एक साथ हैं। यहाँ पे तो लोकसभा के चुनाव आ रहे थे, उसके प्रिपरेशन के लिए, उसके तैयारी के लिए यहाँ पे बुलाया।
Thanks for watching the video. For more such news and updates, please like, share and subscribe to India Today. Also check out our other great videos from our channel. We know you will love to.